And I would request Anamika to come forward. Today she is going to be talking about realizing Radha. So now Radha is one character that we all know so well. I think this name resounds Krishna only. Whenever we think about Radha, we think about Krishna. But here she is to talk only about Radha, what she is and what she means to her. And according to her research also, I'm sure she would have collected a lot of facts along with that. So here you are, Anamika. Please take the stage and you can start with your talk.
नमस्कार, मेरी भव बाधा हरो, राधा नागर सोए, जातन की झाई पड़े, शाम हरिद्र होए. O Radha, please remove my obstacles. The fair-skinned Radha who even makes the black god Krishna green of green color. Like Seema has said in the introduction, that in realizing Radha, I will focus upon Radha only, and whether we can take the name of Radha without Krishna, or we can take the name of Krishna without Radha. Let's see how it goes. The first question is, why Radha? Why I have taken Radha? And it is indeed genuine to ask, when there are so many goddesses, why I have chosen Radha? Radha is the most intriguing as well as misunderstood goddess. The naive beholders, the naive readers, the first question is, why Radha? Why I have taken Radha? And it is indeed genuine to ask, when there are so many goddesses, why I have chosen Radha? Radha is the most as well as misunderstood goddess. The naive beholders, the naive readers, they think Radha in a different way. And Radha, she arises so many curiosity. It's not only that that she's in the frame of religion. Even if people are not religious, ordinary common people, they always ask about Radha. Radha, she is consort of Krishna. But please remember that she is a consort with a difference. She is not like what Lakshmi is to Vishnu and what Parvati is to Shiva. Radha is totally different. And this relation between Krishna and Radha, it just signifies, it tells, it signals the beauty of Radha, the beauty of Radha saga, the significance of Radha. Unlike other deities, Radha was an ordinary gopi, a cowherd woman. She was a heroine. She was not like Lakshmi, Parvati, Saraswati, Durga. She was a heroine, a love-lorn Naika. There's so many texts which describe Radha, but I'm taking not all the texts. You take any language, whether it is Bengali, Oriya, Telugu, Tamil, Radha is there. The saga of Radha is there. The tales of Radha is there. But first I'm taking Geet Govinda. Geet Govind is a Sanskrit text written by Jayadev in the 12th century CE. In the Geet Govind, there is episodes of Radha of only 2.5 days. Jayadev, who revived Radha in Sanskrit poetry, and the entire Geet Govinda, that this Sanskrit poem is of only 2.5 days. And the Puranas. I'm taking Brahmanda Purana, Padma Purana, Narad Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana. These Puranas were written sometime, I think, 8th century CE to 16th century CE. But what are the Puranas? Puranas are the Bible of the common people. Puranas, they depict the belief, religious belief and faith of the common people only. And thus, they depict Radha who was in popular culture, who was in folk culture, and ultimately she becomes a goddess. There are two questions that cover the entire journey of Radha. Radha's journey as Gopi, a cowherd woman, to the goddess. First is, who is Radha? Who is Radha? Is Radha a Gopi, a cowherd woman, a lovelorn Naika who was curious to dance, who wanted to dance with Krishna, and who even made Krishna to kneel before her, who even compels Krishna to bend before her, who raises so many queries, so many verses from the aesthete and from the common people. That is Radha. And what is Radha? This is more important. What is Radha? Who is Radha? Even a person of literature, a folk singer, anybody can answer who is Radha. But what is Radha? This question, what is Radha? It elevates Radha from the mundane level. And Radha is described in the Sanskrit literature and in the Puranas. But there is a difference how she's taken in the Sanskrit literature and how she's taken in the Puranas. From Sanskrit literature, I mean the comparative and popular Sanskrit texts. This question, what is Radha, is raised by the theologians. And what is Radha? Radha is a feminine power. She is divinity. She is above all. She is above Krishna. Radha, who is curious for a ras with Krishna, that is who is Radha. Radha, who is mother of universe, in which even Krishna is there, that is what is Radha. Now I'm coming, who is Radha? Radha in popular culture. Radha was Krishna's favorite gopi, and they both played in the forests of Vrindavan, under the tamal tree in the darkness. Krishna played the flute, and this tune of flute attracted the gopis. Gopis were attracted to Krishna, and Radha with other gopis was dancing to the tune of flute. But this is not the end. This is just the beginning of a beautiful ras, the circle dance, the ras, the circle dance of Gopi and Krishna and Radha, which is known as Halik dance. In the beginning, the dance of joy. This ras, the dance ras, in which Krishna, Radha and other gopis, they dance in circle, is neither for Krishna nor for Radha. And this ras cannot be performed in the moonlight of season of Sharad, in the month of Sharad. This ras could be performed in Vrindavan and only in Vasanta. And what is this Vasanta? This is not Vasanta, the spring season. It is not an ordinary season. This Vasanta is the longings and desires of Radha. Longings and desires of Radha is Vasanta. It is her heart's desire, and it is the analysis of the longings and desires of Radha. This Vasant of Radha, this Vasant which so very well celebrated by Jayadeva, this Vasant cannot be found in the smell of mangoes. This Vasant cannot be found in the humming of the bees. This Vasant cannot be found in cuckoo's music, cuckoo's voice. This Vasant cannot be found in the meeting of Radha and Krishna. This Vasant cannot be found in the separation of Krishna and Radha. This Vasant can be found in the heart of Radha. And same is the case of Vrindavan, where this ras is performed in Vasant. This Vrindavan is not only the tamali trees, the kadamba trees. This Vrindavan can be found only in the heart of Radha. Come. There is now, coming back from this aesthetic session, what I would like to tell you, that one should not understand from this description, like Seema has said in the beginning, that how we are going to see Radha without a Krishna. So Radha had never been always a companion of Krishna. The beginning of this companionship or consortship is very interesting. How it is very interesting? The Bhagavat Puran, I have taken the name of Narada, Brahmanda, Brahmavaivarta, Padam Puran. Bhagavat Puran is all about Krishna. Bhagavat Puran is all about the devotion of Krishna, Bhakti. It is the epitome of Bhakti. It is taken as the epitome of Bhakti. And this Bhagavat Puran, which describes Krishna, which describes entirely Krishna Leela, this Bhagavat Puran is quiet so far as Radha is concerned. There are gopis, Krishna is surrounded by gopis, Krishna is dancing rasa with gopis, but there is no Radha. No Radha is there. There is a favorite gopi, but this favorite gopi is there's no name, and scholars say that this favorite gopi was perhaps Radha. In the Rig Veda, there is a sentence, Anaya Radhito. Anaya Radhito, they say Anaya Radhito, Radha, Radha is a no. Anaya Radhito is not Radha. In Bhagavad, there is no Radha. The essence of Radha is there. Some of the scholars of Sanskrit who had worked upon Gita Govinda and Bhagavat, they say that Jayadev picked up the thread of Gita Govinda from Bhagavat. I don't agree. They say that why Radha is not there in the Bhagavat. Bhagavat is an early Purana of 5th, 6th century CE or 6th, 7th century CE. Why in Bhagavat Radha is not there? Because the sage has to finish entire saga of Krishna, entire episodes, entire story of Krishna in 14 days. They say if sage would have taken, Sanat Rishi would have taken name of Radha, he would have gone into trance. And had he gone into trance, it would have been very difficult for him to come out, and he could not have completed Krishna Bhakti in Bhagavad Puran in 14 days. The narration of the tale of Krishna, the Bhakti of Krishna, the devotion of Krishna could not have been finished in 14 days. That's why scholars of Sanskrit say that the essence of Radha is there in the Bhagavat, but Radha is not there. Historically, we can say that why Radha is not there, because Bhagavad Puran is an early Puran. By that time, this concept, Bhagavad Puran is an early Puran, and it's a Vaishnavite Puran because it is devoted to Vishnu and Krishna. By that time, such a strong concept of Shakti was not developed in the Puran tradition. Now Radha slowly steps towards religion, and now this religion, it has totally transformed her into a goddess. And with this transformation of Gopi, cowherd woman Radha, comes the question, what is Radha? In fact, this Radhaism, Radha Tattva, is a unique religious experience which changes the meaning of theology. It is a totally new feminine theology within inverted commas. The love of Radha is highlighted in the Prakrit texts, but this common heroine who never followed social norms, who did not follow social norms, she becomes a goddess. Puranas, they depict the religion of the common people. Still, their treatment of Radha as a divinity is different. If Radha was a heroine par excellence, she was a goddess par excellence. And it is interesting, her journey, that from a human being, she was elevated to a goddess. And as a goddess also, she is celebrated sometimes as a human being. This is interesting. And this is all about Radha saga, from human being to goddess and from goddess to human being. In the Patal Khand of Padma Purana is a Purana which depicts Radha. Padma Purana describes Radha Ashtami also. Radha is described as Jaya, Vijaya, Srishti, Chinmayi. Radha, at some times, she was even superior to Lakshmi, Saraswati. They were all born from Radha. Narad Purana writes the 1000 names of Radha.